Charisma isn't some mystical gift reserved for the chosen few. It's not about charm, good looks, or a booming voice. It's the quiet power behind the people you remember. Those who walk into a room and shift its energy. Those who speak and everyone leans in. At its core, charisma is the ability to make others feel seen, understood, and inspired. It's influence without force, and it's a skill you can learn. Vanessa Van Edwards spent years decoding charisma down to its smallest parts. What she found flips the myth on its head. Charisma isn't magic, it's cues. Tiny, often unconscious signals that tell others how to feel about you. The two most powerful? Warmth and competence. Warmth makes people feel safe around you. Competence makes them trust you to lead. Miss one, and the whole balance collapses. Too much warmth without competence? You come off sweet but unserious. Too much competence without warmth? You'll be respected, maybe even feared, but not liked. Charisma lives in the space where both exist. It's what makes someone compelling without trying, powerful without posturing. Think Keanu Reeves? Not because he's a movie star, but because he's carved out a rare space where kindness and confidence meet. He doesn't dominate the room, he opens it. And people follow not because he demands it, but because they want to. That's charisma, and it starts long before you speak. Vanessa Van Edwards maps charisma across 4 levels, and most of us fall into one without even realizing it. At the bottom is the absence of charisma. Low warmth, low competence. People in this space might be kind or smart beneath the surface, but the world doesn't see it. The cues they send say cold, uncertain, forgettable. One step up is high competence but low warmth. This is where a lot of professionals live. You're sharp, you know your stuff, and people respect you, but they don't feel connected. You might be the person they go to for answers, not advice. You're the expert in the room, but not the ally. Then there's the opposite. High warmth, low competence. You're likable, maybe even magnetic, but people hesitate to rely on you. You're the life of the party, not the person they'd trust with the project. You're remembered for your smile, not your insight. At the top is the sweet spot. High warmth and high competence. This is the level that draws people in and holds their trust. It's the mentor, the leader, the friend who makes you feel safe and sharp at the same time. These are the people who get promoted, get heard, and get remembered. Not because they try harder, but because they signal the right things at the right time. Knowing where you stand isn't about self-criticism. It's about clarity. If you don't know your level, you'll never know what to improve. Charisma starts with self-awareness, and most people are sending mixed signals without even realizing it. To figure out where you are on the charisma map, you need to get brutally honest with yourself, not in a way that tears you down, but in a way that clears the fog. Ask yourself after every meaningful interaction, did I come across as warm? Did I come across as competent? Did people seem relaxed around me or guarded? Did they listen because they wanted to or because they had to? You don't need a therapist to answer these questions. You've already felt the signals. If people often call you intimidating, you might be leaning too hard into competence without showing enough warmth. If they like you but constantly second-guess your ideas, you might be radiating warmth but holding back your edge. If you're often overlooked or misunderstood, you might be under-signaling both. Try the mirror test. Think of someone who just met you. What's their first impression? Not what you hope it is, what it likely is. Would they describe you as easy to talk to? Trustworthy? Sharp? Or just nice? Or maybe forgettable? The goal isn't to become someone else. It's to become more aware of what you're already broadcasting. Because every shrug, every pause, every shift in eye contact is a signal. Once you know what you're sending, you can start choosing what you want to say without ever opening your mouth. Charisma lives in the details. The way you stand, the way you look at someone, the way you say a single word. Verbal and nonverbal cues are the tools, and most people misuse them without knowing it. Let's start with the body. Posture isn't just about looking tall, it's about presence. Stand with your shoulders back, chest open, and chin parallel to the ground. That signals confidence before you even speak. Keep your hands visible, use open gestures, and don't cross your arms unless you're cold or angry. If you are, people will feel it before you explain it. Eye contact isn't a stare down, it's rhythm. Hold their gaze when you're listening, soften it when you're speaking, and break it occasionally so it doesn't become a power struggle. A nod can build trust. A glance at your phone can kill it. Now your voice. This is where a lot of people lose their footing. Speaking too fast sounds nervous. Speaking too slow sounds unsure. Speak at a natural pace, let your words land. If you trail off or upspeak, that rising tone at the end of a sentence, it signals doubt. Say what you mean like you mean it. And then there's word choice. Avoid filler phrases like I think or I just wanted to say. They dilute your point before you've even made it. Instead, speak with intention. Choose clear, direct language. Not aggressive, not arrogant, just clean and steady. Every cue adds up. Your body says something. Your voice says something. Your words say something. When all three align, people believe you. When they don't, people believe your body. Always. Micro-expressions are the emotional leaks your face can't hide. They flash across your face in less than a second. Too fast to fake, but not too fast to notice. And they're powerful. They tell people how you really feel, no matter what you say. A genuine smile, what researchers call a Duchenne smile, lights up your whole face, especially the corners of your eyes. If your smile doesn't reach your eyes, people sense it. They might not know why, but they'll feel the dissonance. It makes them pull back. Discomfort spreads quietly. Watch someone listening to you. Raised eyebrows. They're interested. Tight lips or a furrowed brow. They're doubting or confused. These expressions aren't cultural. Research shows they're universal. Everyone responds to them, even if they don't realize it, and you do it too. It goes deeper than just facial signals. Your body betrays you even faster. Say, I'm excited to be here, with your arms crossed, your weight shifted away, and no vocal lift, and no one will believe you. They'll believe your posture, and that's what sticks. This is why body language matters more than most people want to admit. Up to 93% of communication is nonverbal. That doesn't mean words don't matter. It means your body starts talking long before your mouth does. Trust is built when your micro-expressions, your posture, and your voice all tell the same story. Confidence isn't just in the words. It's in the sync between your face, your stance, your tone. When they align, people don't question it. They just feel it. Charisma isn't one size fits all. It flexes with the room you're in. What works at a dinner table might fall flat in a boardroom. The most charismatic people know how to read the environment and adjust their cues. Not to manipulate, but to connect. In a job interview, competence takes the lead. You want to show that you know your craft, that you've got the skills, the structure, the confidence to carry the role. But if you walk in stiff, speak in bullet points, and forget to smile, you'll come off cold. Even if your resume glows, start with warmth. A handshake that's firm, not crushing. A genuine smile. Then drop your knowledge like you belong there, because you do. In a brainstorming session, warmth carries more weight. People need to feel safe before they share ideas. If you dominate the space with polished language and no listening, they'll shut down. Let others speak. Acknowledge their input. Nod, smile. Follow up with a thoughtful question. That signals charisma more than a TED Talk monologue ever will. At social events, your cues shift again. People aren't scanning your resume, they're scanning your vibe. Are you approachable? Are you present? Are you genuinely curious? Hold eye contact. Ask real questions. Laugh when something's funny. And stop scanning the room for someone more important. Charisma is about giving people what they need in the moment. Some need assurance, some need energy, some need space. You don't shapeshift, you tune in. That's what separates charisma from performance. One connects, the other just distracts. The simplest way to check if your charisma landed is what Vanessa Van Edwards calls the friend and expert test. After any meaningful interaction, presentation, conversation, pitch, first impression, ask yourself 2 questions. Did they feel like I was a friend? Did they believe I knew what I was talking about? If the answer to both is yes, you're on the right track. That's warmth and competence in sync. If you nailed the expertise but forgot the connection, they might respect you but not want to work with you. If you brought the friendliness but lacked clarity or conviction, they might like you but doubt your abilities. This isn't a gimmick, it's a mirror, and most people never use it. They leave a conversation wondering how it went instead of checking the signals they gave off. The real power of this test is in the pause it forces. The moment of reflection where you ask not how did I perform, but how did they feel? Charisma isn't about dazzling everyone in the room. It's about knowing what effect you had and adjusting over time. The friend and expert test helps you do exactly that, without needing anyone else's permission. Building charisma takes more than just awareness, it requires practice. Every interaction is an opportunity to refine your signals. The key is to make the right cues second nature so you don't have to think about them. You have to train your body, your mind, and your presence to automatically project warmth and confidence. Start with power posing. No, it's not about puffing up or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about finding your center. Stand tall with your shoulders back, your feet firm, and your chest open. Even if you're nervous, adopting this posture shifts your brain. It sends a signal that you are in control, even when you feel anything but. The more you practice it, the more you'll feel that power deep inside you. Active listening is another simple but powerful exercise. Instead of thinking about your next point, focus entirely on what the other person is saying. Show that you're listening through your body language. Lean in, nod, make eye contact, and repeat back what they've shared. This doesn't just make you seem more charismatic, it builds a deeper, more genuine connection. Storytelling is perhaps one of the most effective charisma-building tools. Not to be confused with talking for the sake of talking, but using stories to make your point stick. Whether it's a personal anecdote or a well-timed example, stories pull people in. They're relatable, they're memorable, and they open the door for others to connect with you in a way that facts alone never will. Practice telling stories in a way that feels natural, not forced. Let them flow from a place of authenticity. These are small, deliberate practices. They don't require grand changes in who you are, just consistent adjustments. The more you embed these behaviors into your daily life, the more effortless they will feel, and the more magnetic you will become. Charisma is not an act, it's a skill. And like any skill, the more you work at it, the better you get. Charisma isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. It's about making people feel seen, heard, and valued. And the most powerful part? It's a skill you can master. It's not a trait you're born with or without. It's something you can grow over time. The key is to keep refining, keep adjusting, and keep practicing. Charisma isn't about faking confidence or warmth. It's about aligning your inner self with how you present yourself to the world. Start where you are. Understand your current charisma level, and choose one small cue to work on at a time. Maybe it's maintaining eye contact. Maybe it's smiling more, or maybe it's focusing on your posture. The more you practice, the more naturally these behaviors will fit into your life, and the more effortless your charisma will feel. And remember, charisma doesn't come from trying to impress people. It comes from being yourself in a way that allows others to feel comfortable, connected, and valued in your presence. It's about balancing warmth and competence, showing up fully as who you are, and letting people see the best version of you. So step into each conversation with intention. Start small, practice daily, and watch as your ability to connect, influence, and inspire begins to transform. Charisma isn't magic, it's a craft. And with time, it's a craft you'll master.